In the 29 years I've been on this earth, I can I can't even picture something that someone has ran in this state that has been so vile. And not to mention that Maura Healey's unhinged supporters that talk like they've been bashed over the head with a fucking frying pan. That's how stupid and ignorant that they are. Another one of these cult members that believes in the system. They're and some of the things that they're saying about me and other critics of Maura Healey, people who have half a brain in their fucking head. And I hope Maura Healey continues to do this because it'll really hurt her campaign, and I hope it gets derailed as much as possible and it closes the gap because we are tired of this scumbag overtaxing us and overregulating us. Scandal after scandal. The economy is a total disaster and mess in this fucking state, and everybody seems to know it except for her. Zero job growth and everything. And she's run some of the most dishonest campaigns ever, like in the history of ever. And Maura Healey's fucking unhinged supporters have accused me of the dumbest shit imaginable when I'm in a comment section somewhere and I say something about the fucking bitch, like her raising 34 taxes in a row, the worst tax increases in history. And what do I end up getting for that? What do I end up getting from these fucking scumbags? The most ridiculous things. Like that they say that because I oppose Maura Healey because she's a woman, that means that I think women should be banned from public office. That's absolutely false. I would never support women being banned from public office. I support women's rights to the 110th degree. I've stated that again and again and again. Maura Healey supporters have also said, me in particular, I've even gotten replies from some of them, from some of these fucking dumbasses, that that I want to cut funding for schools and rob children of their school lunches, which is obviously absolutely fucking false. That I want to cut money for children's school lunches and have children starve to death in fucking schools. And they did take money away. That did take money away from the school system and children and to give it to rich corporations. Every single thing they say is a complete and utter fucking lie. And I have never stated those things on this channel or elsewhere. In the 29 years I've been on this earth, whether in Massachusetts or elsewhere, those have never been my positions. And oh, trust me, when you're on the internet, when you're covering politics and tabloid and you got your own ideas and your own art like you do on this channel, you gotta have a fucking thick skin. But I will defend myself against stupid bullshit every step of the way. And the craziest thing is Maura Healey has gotten an increasing amount of criticism from even from liberal commentators on Reddit and on threads and from the Boston Globe and from other places in this state and all around the rest of the country about the blatant falsehoods that she says about everybody else. That anybody who opposes her is a loves MAGA, worships MAGA, which with me is absolutely false. Couldn't be any further from the truth to say that I want to take money away from children and give it to the richest corporations, which I am. I always call out the billionaire class, and I support the tax relief for struggling Massachusetts families because I work with people in developmental disabilities services, and I work with people of all ages, children, the elderly, and everything else in warming centers and group homes and so forth. So I believe in their rights to benefits to the 110th degree. None of those things have ever been my position. The fact that I'm even wasting my fucking time in the hallways of my own fucking apartment complex at almost 2 o'clock in the morning, right? You just making this is because I'm making it for no other reason because it's on my mind and I'm here to fucking say it. I'm here to say it and I will say it every step of the way. That Maura Healey has spent the last 3.5 years destroying Massachusetts. Like this state is just in total meltdown. The state is just in economic ruin and economic meltdown. We've had zero job growth. Our growth as a state is 49th out of 50 states. Our tax competitiveness is in the bottom 10. We're 43rd in that department. We're 42nd out of 50 states in the regulatory environment. So jobs and investment decide that they're not going to invest here. They're going to invest in less tax states. And people leaving in droves to go to New Hampshire, to go to Maine, to go to Delaware, to go to Virginia, to go to Indiana, down to Georgia, to Florida, North Carolina, and dozens of other places because of Maura Healey's disgusting record of failure that is killing and bankrupting and destroying this state to the 1000th degree. And 4 more years of this, Maura Healey has already proposed, she's already raised $15 billion in spending. And for the last year and a half, I've been recognized as the leading voice of opposition that has got the ball rolling on her raising 34 taxes in a row. And do you think she's going to stop at that? No. What's going to happen is by the time she gets done with her 8 years in office, this state is going to be so fucking screwed up that we're probably going to have somewhere from probably like 58 to 66 taxes or somewhere along those lines, because we're probably going to see another 20 to 35 more taxes with 4 more years of Maura Healey. Not even because she's raising them or setting the fees, but because her record is so incompetent that like I said, her energy policies and everything has been passed on to consumers over and over and over again. So she's the majority of them, 31 of them, 31 of her 34 tax increases are in the form of fees and delivery charges. They're regressive. They hit people at the lowest end of the income scale. So how can I support tax cuts for the rich or support anything to do with that? How can I sit there and support burdening the working class when I'm sitting here talking, speaking out against Maura Healey, who has raised 31 regressive taxes, 31 of the 34. That's 91%. That means 91% of Maura Healey's tax increases have hit the working class the most and the billionaire and the millionaire class the least. Yeah, because she's already taxed the millionaires and they're getting up and leaving in droves. The wealthy people are getting up and leaving and going to less tax states. So that's why she's got to come down the pike with more regressive tax increases, because the only people that are going to be left are people like that. So no, that's why I support consumption-based taxes that make way more sense. I think the income tax actually burdens the middle class and hurts families. And if you want to tax the wealthy, you tax them for their luxurious goods, and they tax them more for their luxurious goods. You think Maura Healey would put a higher sales tax or higher taxes on wealthy people? No. Tax on candy, tax on candy, a tax on fucking cable boxes. Those are that was like tax number 17 or 18 or number 24 or something, because it's just absolutely disgusting and ridiculous. So yeah, that's my entire record. Like that's me. That's me. I support taking money away from children and giving it to rich corporations because I oppose this fucking bitch. Because I oppose this fucking bitch just ruining this state and costing us jobs and businesses one after the other. We've lost 5,360 businesses and 146,000 jobs, including 35,000 jobs in the private sector. So what does that tell you? It tells you that Maura Healey is a disgusting, despicable piece of garbage, because that's what she is. Because that's what she is. And if anybody thinks that I'm ever going to sit here and I will ever stop at anything of calling out Maura Healey's disgusting record of failure, I said it in my anti-Maura Healey groups and elsewhere, that I will lead, I will fight, I will do everything I can to make sure that I derail this fucking bitch off the fucking train tracks like her and her campaign deserves. Because she does. Because she does. She's a disgusting, despicable human being. And she's only done one thing to deserve a promotion: for being a failure and for being a loser. Maura Healey has destroyed businesses, destroyed jobs, spent out of control amounts of money, the worst tax hikes ever, and broken promises. That's the only thing Maura Healey will be remembered for. She will be remembered as the worst governor in the history of Massachusetts, who has ruined jobs, ruined businesses, ruined lives, ruined people's savings, lost businesses, lost jobs, lost savings, lost homes, an economy that is a borderline depression, turning it into an ugly depression because Maura Healey's ugly record of ugly tax increases and tax and fee, one after the other, is the worst, most disgusting record in the history of Massachusetts that is going to bankrupt us into oblivion if we have 4 more years of this. That is going to cause bankruptcy and economic destruction like we have never seen in the history of Massachusetts. Tax hikers and serial tax hikers spend years on end burdening the middle class and the working class the most because they don't give a fuck about you. They only care about them fucking selves. We've lost fucking Cape Cod chips. We've lost businesses left and fucking right. A Panera Bread fucking plant ended up closing. We've had sandwich shops fucking get up and leave. We've had seniors, retirees, fucking everybody getting up and leaving. Small and mom and pop shops getting up and leaving, fucking destroying them, overtaxing them. The energy costs are fucking out of control. The energy costs are out of control. The energy costs are spiraling out of control. The gas price is spiraling out of control. Her tax burden, the tax burden in Massachusetts is the worst it has ever been in the history of this state because of this disgusting piece of garbage and her failure. As you can tell, no, I legitimately fucking hate Maura Healey. She's an evil human being. I don't like Maura Healey. In case you haven't noticed my videos for the past year and a half, that's what I've been focusing on like a laser beam. I've been doing this for a year and a half. I'm not concerned about any of these crazy issues that her and her retarded supporters are here trying to distract people away from, because I will not, because I'm not an idiot. And the people that oppose her are not idiots either, because we can see her for the failure that she is. Because all Maura Healey has done has ruined jobs, ruined businesses, ruined people's lives, ruined their savings by giving them the worst taxes ever, out of control spending, and broken promises one after the other. Tax hikes, record high tax hikes, the worst ever, the worst, most disgusting and ugly record of tax hikes ever. And 4 more years of this will bring destruction of a kind that we have never seen in the history of this state. And I'm not going to stick around long enough to find out, but I will fight this fucking scumbag piece of crap every step of the way. I'll fight this fucking piece of shit every step of the way. Maura Healey is a disgusting human being. She's an evil, vile, selfish, cheating, dishonest, conniving, corrupt, abhorrent, mismanaging scumbag who shouldn't even be running a lemonade stand, never mind a fucking state. And the decision that we make on November 3rd, 26 is going to have a lasting impact. It would honestly depress me if I decide that I can't afford to stay here and I have to get up and leave. I do. Because in case you haven't noticed, I actually do make these videos and I have my opinions on things because I actually don't like to see people suffer. I don't like it. I want a society where we can build communities, where young people like myself can raise families together and start careers, and where people can be able to raise the families, raise children, where seniors can afford to retire. I am angry about what's happening in Massachusetts. I am. I'm angry about it, and I'm sickened by it. The state is not in a good place. It is in a very bad place. And the only way to acknowledge that is to bring that forward, that change. And that's what we need to do, because it has to be clear. We cannot afford 4 more years of Healey Driscoll policies that are failures and hurt the middle class and wreak havoc on everybody's way of life in this state. There is no way that we can sit here and afford that. But I will be here to fight on this channel, groups, comment sections, everywhere against this scumbag every step of the way. Every single step of the way. Having a drug. What's next? Gonna have someone in there and she's soft on sex offenders, she's soft on corrupt officials, she's soft on drug traffickers. So what does that tell you? It tells you everything you need to know. That we hear everything. Everything she says about everyone else is false because everything else that everyone's saying about her is true, and everyone knows it except for her. And I hope that we can actually do something where we can bring change for the better. I know it sounds like an oxymoron, it's something that isn't, but it's something that needs to happen because otherwise, future of it isn't going to be good. And I want the state to be a better place so that I and others can actually be in a state that we can actually be proud of. Hopefully that's the case, but we just got to continue fighting every step of the way from now and however long it happens to be. And even if she does get reelected again, I will fight her for the next 4 years. I'll fight her every step of the way. I will. I'll fight back every step of the way. I'm not going to be silent even if she does. I won't. I will. I will fight every step of the way. Always. To make sure that Massachusetts can be a better place. The state that I've been born and raised in my whole entire life. I want it to be a better place. And I hope that someday that change can come. But only we can make it happen. Can't build heroes like that off of corrupt politicians like that. You need to organize and build and find the right person that is actually going to bring real change for the better. It's the only way we can do it. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up here, but I want to say thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed another one of these episodes. Thank you. And I will be back. It is Sunday, 2:08 in the morning. I will be back tomorrow at around 8 p.m. with my next stream, episode 130. Many more to come. Have yourselves a great rest of your night, everybody. Until then, stay safe, stay well, stay classy. See you all in the next video. Keep fighting, keep on rocking. Take care of yourselves and all each other, and I'll see you, comrades, in the next one. Till next time, everybody, have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Peace out. Take care of yourselves. See you all in the next stream, and see you all in the next video. Coming up soon, including tomorrow. Bye for now. Peace out. Good night, and so long.